Right, are we good? Are we live? I think we are. Hello all and welcome back to the Football Chat Live. The Euros continues here. It's our first game of day 3 of the European Championships. It's Poland versus Netherlands, the first game of Group D. It's a little bit of a weird order. So obviously we have Group D's opening match now. Then later on today we have both of the opening Group C matches. And then of course the other game in Group D, Austria-France, tomorrow evening. But in the here and now, Poland versus Netherlands, a game that is sure to be really interesting. Obviously, Poland without their marksman in Robert Lewandowski, without arguably their best player, or perhaps inarguably their best player, Robert Lewandowski. So it'll be interesting to see how they deal with that. Of course, Netherlands, I think, are favourites, or not favourites, but they are expected to go deep into this competition. They are expected to be reaching the sort of semi-finals, or at least the quarter-final stage. So this is going to be an interesting one. They've got a difficult group, so every game's going to be super important. France is a really tough match, and I think France-Netherlands will be a really exciting game. And of course, Austria, no slouches either. So this is a really crucial game for the Netherlands, and Poland won't give up without a fight. So it's going to be really interesting today. Hopefully, we are treated to a good game. But yeah, I mean, so far, the European Championships has very much delivered on that promise. We've had a minimum of 3 goals in every single match. We've had some absolute belters so far in the tournament. It's been fantastic to see. Harry in the chat saying, very interesting game. Dutch should have it, though. Yeah, I think I agree with that. Nick-Nack saying, hey, Jack, good to see you, Nick-Nack. Because everyone hopping in to this early stream. Of course, this is the first of 3 streams today, and the most exciting one we're saving for last. That's not our choice. That was UEFA. But we've got England-Serbia this evening. I am incredibly pumped to see the Three Lions in action at this tournament. Right, we'll get on to lineups in just a moment, but yeah, I think this game's got a lot of promise about it today. It's going to be an interesting one. We're, of course, in Hamburg, which is a wonderful stadium. And, well, hopefully it can provide a great atmosphere. We saw last night how much of an impact the atmosphere had, because the Albanian fans were absolutely incredible. And I think that made a difference. That's why they pushed for that early goal. If Poland could do something like that today, I mean, it's more likely to be Netherlands, because if you see the displays in and around Hamburg, that bright orange that radiates off of Netherlands fans is just polluting the streets of Hamburg. It's been brilliant to see parading around, and, well, they'll be confident their side can come away with a win today. Let's have a look then at the lineups. Of course, we are, as I say, in Hamburg at the Volkspark Stadion, one of the only grounds that we're actually allowed to use the name of. Everywhere else, we have to use some weird name because they're sponsored. But we can say the Volkspark Stadion. And of course, we'll start with the Poland team. It's a 3-4-2-1 or 3-4-3 for Poland. In goal, Wojciech Szczesny, probably, well, quite a very strong goalkeeper. Obviously, the Juventus goalkeeper, someone who, for Poland, is a real star, I would say. A back 3 of Bednarek, Salomon and Jakub Kiwior, of course, Kiwior of Arsenal. Across the 4, Frankowski, captain Piotr Zielinski, Romanchuk and Nikola Zaluski. And then a front line of Ubanski and Szymanski, the wingers, and they, of course, flanking Buxa leading the line. They're massively going to miss Robert Lewandowski. They're massively going to miss Arkadiusz Milik. We expect to see this side line up as a 3-4-1-2. And then obviously you've got those two strikers are a 3-5-2 type shape. They've had to change that up because they haven't got any fit forwards. Lewandowski, as I say, that's a big miss. By far their best player. Well, I guess you could argue Zielinski, definitely one of their better players. And without him, you really worry about whether Poland are going to be able to find goals or not. Harry's saying, scenes from the Dutch fans have been ridiculous. You'd think it's their home tournament. And Nick Nat's saying, only a short hop for them. Well, exactly. So you'd imagine quite a few have made the trip. And there is just a thing about Dutch fans, isn't there? Because that orange is so bright, that is going to just be more poignant than anything else. You look at like the Scotland fans, for example, that blue, it sort of fades into the background, and obviously a lot of fans wearing black. But when the Netherlands turn up in their bright orange kits, you see them coming a mile off. It creates a bit more of an atmosphere. It's very vibrant. Let's have a look at that Netherlands side then, because speaking of vibrant, this side play very exciting football. It's a 4-3-3 for the Dutch. In goal, Bart Verbruggen. He's got a point to prove. He didn't have a fantastic season at Brighton. If he could have a great Euro, suddenly I think people would rate him a lot higher. In the back 4, Dumfries, De Vrij, Captain Van Dijk and Nathan Ake. Interestingly, going Dumfries over Frimpong. Understandable considering they're playing a 4-back, but we could have easily seen them play a 3-back. In the midfield 3, it's Veerman, Reinders and Schouten. And then a front 3 of Xavi Simons, Memphis Depay and Cody Gakpo. I really like this team. I've got a few concerns over that midfield. Frankie de Jong missing, that's a huge loss. Toynkoop Miners missing, that's another huge loss. For me, the balance of the midfield is all gone now. because Veerman, Schouten, good players, very good Eredivisie players, but is that comparative to the Euros? It's a huge competition. I'm not sure. I think they'll have enough to get through the groups, but that midfield worries me now. And I think that takes them from serious contenders to a bit more outsiders now. I still think they've got a shot, but that midfield is severely weak, and that's undoubtedly going to have an impact. So that'll be interesting to see. I really like their front line. I think seeing Xavi Simons, someone who we didn't see at the World Cup, that's going to be a big difference. I think they missed that difference maker, that player that can pick up the ball, take the game by the scruff of the neck, and make a change. They've got that now, I think, in Simons. And then Gakpo, quite a reliable player for the Dutch national side, and Memphis Depay, obviously the top scorer in the men's national side history. So, yeah, very, very interesting. And like saying young midfield, they'll have plenty of energy. Yeah, but you want a bit of steel in there, and I think they lack that. I think Schouten could provide it, but they do lack having, De Jong in there as to dictate the tempo. Toynkoop miners who can pick up the ball and carry it far, and I think they'd rather have those over Schouten and Reinders. So, yeah, it's a tough one for the Netherlands, but they've got to make do with what they've got. Lewis Bush welcome to the stream saying, "Come on, Netherlands for fantasy football." Yeah, fair enough. I don't think I've got any. I've got Bart Verbruggen in goal in my fantasy team, so I'll be hoping for a clean sheet for the Netherlands. Sharia saying, "I have Netherlands will win by 29 runs." Oh wait, this is football. Nice one, Sharia. And Nick Nack saying, "Yeah, De Jong is a big miss for sure." Yeah, I think that he's someone who really does dictate the tempo and will create a lot of chances. And without him, they are going to miss that. But I think this Netherlands side is strong, arguably one of the best defences at the tournament. So that's undoubtedly going to have a big impact. And I mean, that's without Matthijs de Ligt even starting. There's some big calls. The Dutch side have to drop some big players because they are a really stacked national team now. We are a few minutes away from kickoff, so get your predictions into the live chat and we'll make sure to run through them. Lewis saying, "I've got de Ligt and Frimpong." De Ligt doesn't start, does he? It's Stefan de Vrij in there, and then Van Dijk and Ake. So what we expect to see today is Xavi Simons play a very central role. He'll cut inside a lot to allow Dumfries to overlap. With Ake at left back, you would expect that to be a back three in possession. Obviously, out of possession, he'll drop to left back or push to left back. Dumfries drops back into right back. But when they've got the ball, I think Dumfries is going to get forwards. That's what you'd expect. He's more of a wing back anyway. And then, yeah, Gakpo can hold that width on the left-hand side. But, yeah, Lewis Spurs should be very gutted to know de Ligt and Frimpong both benched. So, not a great start for your Euro fantasy. But, yeah, we are a few minutes away from kickoff. Let me get into my prediction then. The thing is, I think one of the Netherlands are weakened by the loss of De Jong, by the loss of Toynkoop miners. I would argue Poland are much more weakened by the loss of Robert Lewandowski and the loss of Arkadiusz Milik. Because, Buxa, he's an okay striker. Is he going to go and score? It's unlikely. If you've got Lewandowski, you never know. If you get that ball in behind, he might just find a goal. But he's not here today, and they are going to miss him. I think the Poland side was weak anyway, regardless of whether they got Lewandowski or not. Losing him, though, now they're severely weakened. I think this Dutch side have got what it takes today to put up a few goals. So I will say Netherlands 4, Poland 1. We've not seen a single team other than Croatia fail to score so far, and I think that'll be kept up today. Poland will get a goal and 4 for the Netherlands. It's a bold prediction. It's a big prediction, but I just don't think this Poland side's very good. I just don't think it's very good. But yeah, let's just hope Netherlands get battered then. Fair enough. It's all about the fantasy. All about the fantasy for Lewis. Nick that's saying, Ake will get forward as well, I expect. We've seen him do it for City. Yeah, potentially. I'm just thinking because they don't really have a defensive midfielder in that midfield three. So if they want to be a little more secure, I wouldn't be surprised to see Ake sort of settle into a situational back three. But I guess we'll see. Again, we don't really know what to expect. Netherlands have used a 3-5-2, a 3-4-3 a lot in qualifying. They've also used a fullback. So they have options, and Koeman can quite easily change between them. So yeah, definitely got options there. I think that's saying I gave up picking a fantasy team. Everyone was too expensive. I'm quite happy with my team. It's done quite well. I captained Florian Wirtz, so that was a nice 20 points. I had Federico Di Marco, which went terribly, as everyone saw. Mittelstedt, that also didn't go too well. Soboslai, he got an assist. But my big points today come from Foden, Kane. I've got Verbruggen playing today and Joachim Mæhle. So got a couple of players playing today, which could completely transform my team. But yeah, Harry saying 2-1 to the Dutch. Think it'll be closer than we expect. Fair enough. Lewis saying, yeah, I've had Modric, Frimpong and De Ligt so far and they've been terrible. Yeah, fair enough. And Shower is saying Netherlands 5, Poland 0. That is a big prediction, Shower, but fair enough. We respect big predictions on this channel. But yeah, should be getting underway shortly. The national anthem's currently bellowing around the Volkspark Stadion. And yeah, hopefully we're tracked to a good game today. Netherlands with a point to prove, I think. They've got France in their group. They'll be hoping if they can win today, they'll put themselves in a really strong position to qualify. If they do lose this, though, or draw it, suddenly they're in a really tough spot. Because France, you would think, will beat the Netherlands. I mean, it's going to be tight, but I think they'll have the measure of that game. And then the Netherlands would have to get a result against Austria in order to get through. So this could get really... That's the thing. The Netherlands have to get the job done today. Have to just get the business done early here. And then that puts them in a really good position for the rest of the group. But yeah, should be interesting. Lewis saying, I've got Højlund today. I could see him scoring. I'd have backed Benjamin Šeško over him, though. I think that game could be very interesting. I think Slovenia will give a fight. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Nick now saying Dutch to win comfortably. Let's go for a 4-0 rout. Fair enough. Thinking along the same lines there, Nick Nack. But yeah, I think Poland are going to struggle without Lewandowski, though equally their fans bringing the atmosphere here. A couple flares being lit during the national anthems. That's what you love to see, isn't it? Flares do just add to the atmosphere. I know in the UK we get all scared about flame, but I think they do provide so much to the atmosphere. But yeah, this should be good. Shower saying, sticking with that 5-0 prediction. Gotta respect it. But yeah. And the poll in chat, 8 votes so far. 62% think the Netherlands will win. 25% have gone Poland. And 12% saying a draw. Fair enough. I definitely think that the Netherlands are favourites here. Strong favourites. And they shouldn't have any issues. Lewandowski is on the bench. We may see him involved. It's unlikely. But we may see him involved today. She should be back for their next game. So they've got that at least. But yeah, not brilliant, is it, for Poland to start without a striker, really? I mean, Buxa's okay, but he's not a player on the quality of, on a similar sort of quality as Lewandowski, as Milik. So they are going to miss that, I think. But yeah. Just welcome to the stream as well, saying hi to Nick Nack. Shower saying, actually, what is your time right now in England? You guys follow UTC time, if I'm not wrong. No, we're in BST, Shower, or GMT if it's in the winter, but I think it's BST. We're in the summer. But yeah. It's going to be interesting what Poland can do. I think they're 3-4-2-1. It's going to be interesting to see if they can just sit defensive, try and soak up that early pressure from the Netherlands. I just don't see how Poland get anything positive today. I think this Netherlands side are so much stronger than them. But I guess we'll see. But yeah, Harry, welcome to the stream as well, saying, come on, Netherlands. A lot of people in chat are backing the Netherlands today. 67% of people think they'll win, which is fair. They are definitely the stronger side. So yeah, will be interesting to see. Yeah, that says Bednarek and Van Dijk were at Saints together briefly. Great point. If you want a weird link there between the Dutch and Polish national sides, there is one. But yeah. Harry says first few minutes will decide how this game is played. That's the thing. This could go the same sort of way that Scotland-Germany did, in that the Netherlands just steamroll them and Poland keep getting deeper and deeper until they concede after 10 minutes. Or this could go how Albania-Italy did, where Poland can put up a fight like Albania did, maybe even get an early goal, and then eventually crumble to a defeat. But I can't see Poland winning. That's the thing. I think whatever happens here, Netherlands should win. They might nick a draw, Poland, but I can't see them winning. But yeah. Now says, did you miss me? I had a power nap between games and forgot to wake up. Criminal, Nick Nack. Criminal. But anyway. I can't imagine you'll be doing that tonight with, of course, England being the final game. Yeah, we should be about to get underway here. I'm going to make sure the graphics are ready to go. Forgot to do that yesterday. And suddenly the game kicked off. But yeah, we are about to get underway here at the Volkspark Stadion. Poland versus Netherlands, the opening match of Group C. And the first game of this third day of the Euros. We're already cracking through. It's the fifth match, of course, of 51. And Poland get us started here in Germany. It's going to be tough, I think, for Poland today. But they are coming forwards early on. A ball through to Buxa, but that's going to run through to goalkeeper Verbruggen. And now Netherlands will settle into possession. I think this is something we're going to see a lot today. Netherlands holding on to the ball. Poland trying to press, but Netherlands are just so strong. And yeah, they should look comfortable today. Because that's the thing. I think Netherlands, a lot of people tipping them for great things in this tournament. I think I would have been more open to that if Frankie de Jong and Toyn Koopmeiners weren't injured. But losing both those players for me significantly weakens them. They shouldn't have any issues getting out of this group. You know, Poland and Austria should both be comfortable victories, but I do think once they get to France and once they get into the knockouts, they're going to be tough ties. And without de Jong and Koopmeiners in there, I think they're going to struggle. But I guess we'll see. Ball trying to find Memphis Depay there for the Netherlands, but Salomon comes across. He's going to have a tough job on his hands today. Marking Memphis Depay. Speaking of tough jobs, Michał Probierz, the Polish manager. They had a weird qualifying to get here. They just about got here in the end, I think, through the playoffs of the Nations League. They didn't have a great qualifying. But they have got here, and that is the important thing. And again, Depay picking up the ball, but Jakub Kiwior nudging it off for a throw. So far, all Netherlands, really. Dumfries looking to whip that ball in there. It's going to find the back post where Gakpo can bring it down. He's got Tiani Reinders with him. He might go for a goal himself, and it does. Fires it towards that front post, but it's a big save from Wojciech Szczesny out for a corner. He had options there, Gakpo, but he opted to go alone. Almost finding the bottom corner with that strike. But yeah, nice effort from Cody Gakpo early on, and Netherlands with a corner. Can they make something of this? Looks like it will be Veerman to put it in. It's a poor ball though and headed away comfortably by Adam Buxa. That's the thing though, with Buxa, at least they've got a similar mould as Lewandowski. So they, in theory, tactically there isn't much difference. Obviously, he's not going to be running in behind and scoring in the same way Lewandowski does. But he is the same sort of player. He's a big physical guy who could cause issues. Bednarak and Salomon deal with that haphazardly, and now the Poland can try and come forwards, but that's going to run through to Stefan de Vrij. Lewis says we'll need a Belgium win. Need Belgium to win as well, as I've got Kevin De Bruyne and Lukaku. Yeah, in fact, see, I've got Lukaku and De Kuipers, I think, from Belgium. So yeah, could do with them winning as well. Verbruggen sending that ball long, looking for Cody Gakpo. Takes it down well. There was a first-time pass into Reinders on there, but he finds Depay now. Back to Gakpo, good area, but his touch escapes him. That's really nice football from the Netherlands. They're linking up well there, Gakpo and Depay. But, yeah, Gakpo's touch just not good enough, really. Reinders gives it away. Veerman goes and wins it. Tries to take a throw quickly, but it's not his throw to take. Yeah, already seeing the damage Denzel Dumfries' deliveries can do, especially if they don't deal with the ball at the far post. And Gakpo, a good effort. First shot of the game. And it did force a save out of Szczesny. Almost didn't get there. It was struck well. Good challenge in there from Schouten. And now Poland will go back to Szczesny. He's under a fair bit of pressure there. He lifts it high, but it's going to be one in there by De Vrij. Goes out of play though, so a Poland throw. Poland just can't really get on the ball at the moment. That throwing gets flicked on well, but that's just going to go to Van Dijk, and Netherlands can settle back into their possession. Verbruggen. Van Dijk. Netherlands settling into their shape. Quite interesting in this build-up phase to see Dumfries almost playing as a winger. They've got Ake and Van Dijk standing where you'd expect it, like a two centre-half partnership to. De Vries playing or standing in the right-back position, and Dumfries is this high because it means that Van Dijk can play this ball, and he finds Dumfries in behind here. Tries to cut it back as he's being marked tight by Zalewski. Whips the ball in there. Gakpo heads down. Depay fights for it. It's going to drop now for Reinders. He can keep it alive. Veerman. Xavi Simons tries to pass it to him but can't. So yeah, Simons pretty much playing as an attacking midfielder then. Obviously, pretty much on that. He's on that right wing, but he's so narrow. He operates as an attacking midfielder almost. That's a great switch to the play from De Vrij. Here is Cody Gakpo. Can he pick out a teammate? That's a good ball in towards the back post, headed away by Jan Bednarek. Sorry, Jakub Kiwior. That Polish backline have had a lot to do so far. Salomon, Kiwior and Bednarek all having to deal with a lot of aerial balls. That has been a busy box, but they have dealt with it all so far. They can ride out this early storm. That will put them in a better position. I think the game will come off. Netherlands cannot keep this tempo for 90 minutes. But it does feel like they're going to just put so much pressure on Poland. Eventually, they're going to crack. You'd think. Bednarek. Here is Zielinski. Ball played in behind by Urbanski, and that is dealt well with by Van Dijk. Schouten keeping that on just about. Now Ake. So carry it into his own penalty area, and they're playing it across it. This is confident from the Netherlands. De Vrij finds Denzel Dumfries. Forced back to Stefan De Vrij. Yeah, I suppose one thing the Poles should be able to deal with is his aerial balls. Yeah, that's the thing for me. I don't really know. Netherlands have crossed it about 3 or 4 times now, but if I'm looking at that Polish back line and I'm looking at the Netherlands front line, they don't have Weghorst anymore. So who are they aiming for? Like, Depay's a great player, but he's not winning a header against Salomon, I can tell you that much. That comes off Frankowski there, though he disagrees. And that will be a Poland... Oh no, deems it a free kick. Went in a bit too hard there, Frankowski. Schouten. Tries to play it into Depay, but it's a poor pass. Salomon picks it up and he goes for goal. He spots Rugen off his line, but he just doesn't get anything behind that. I rate the fact he's gone for it, but to cock it up that badly, like if you smash it and it goes over the bar, fair enough. But to not even get it off the ground, that's embarrassing, Salomon. Depay. Now Schouten, Veerman. Plays it wide to Gakpo. He's going to run at Frankowski now, and Frankowski has him covered for now. Gakpo does look dangerous so far, though. And Nick Nack laughing at that as well in chat. No idea what Salomon thought he could do there. Well, I get what he wanted to do, but if you're going to try that, you've got to have the ability to pull it off. Anyway, Netherlands corner now as they continue to ramp up the pressure in the early stages of this game. They've really pinned Poland against the wall so far. They've got to make use of this. They've got to find a goal. Ball into the box and it's headed away by Salomon. Xavi Simons will keep this alive. And he'll let that go out for a throw. And Netherlands can keep their players in the box here. Okay, they're going to take their time out of this instead. Here's Xavi Simons. Now Veerman finds Schouten. Schouten to Reinders, and that's a nice move. And they're unlucky not to find a goal. Tiani Reinders, the AC Milan midfielder, picking up on the edge, but his strike just wide of the post. Really nice exchange of passes. Schouten did really well to wait for Reinders' run, and he almost drove that bottom corner. Good football. Really should be 1-0 Netherlands. And you feel again there, Poland just get pulled apart way too easily. They're chasing shadows at the moment. Nobody picks up the run of Reinders in there, and really he should put that in the bottom corner. He's unlucky it doesn't go in, to be fair. Not a bad effort at all. Frankowski under pressure, but Poland do play out of that quite well. And now he slips in Buxa. Can Buxa find a teammate? I mean, he's moving incredibly slowly. And Van Dijk manages to stop him. He seems just to run in slow motion, Adam Buxa. He's tall and he's massive, so I can understand why he's not the quickest. But given how big his strides are, it's comical when he doesn't move anywhere. And yeah, he was unable there to make anything of that. Frankowski. Here is Urbanski. That's dealt with just about by the Netherlands. It's not exactly comfortable, but they've dealt with it. And it'll fall now for Jakub Kiwior. Under pressure, and Simons manages to get in front of that clearance, but he can't get back on his feet in time to pick up that ball before the Poland defence clear it out for a throw. Chesman says, unlucky Netherlands, that should be in. Yeah, a good exchange of passes. That would have been nice if they capped it off with a goal. Deserved a goal, really. De Vries. Now Dumfries. Back to Verbruggen. And they can sit in their shape. Ball's going to go long for Cody Gakpo, headed out by Bednarek. Now Ake. Goes down the line. Reinders. Now Van Dijk. Ake. Here is Veerman. Depay. That's a nice turn, but it's swept up by Zielinski in there. Van Dijk challenges in the air, wins it cleanly against Buxa. I mean, that's a fun battle today, Buxa versus Van Dijk. Would have been more interesting to see Lewandowski, but unfortunately he's out for today's game. This is good football from Poland now as they try and bring it forwards. Urbanski. Takes it past Schouten, good drive, finds Adam Buxa. And they're passing it well down this left-hand side now, Poland. Zalewski. Back to Kiwior. Now Salomon. Bednarek. Nice ball in behind. It looked like he's offside there, Urbanski, but he brings it down. Needs a player to cut it back to. Buxa lets it run. Urbanski strikes it. But that is offside. Yeah, unfortunate in there, Poland. They just... it was well offside, to be fair. But yeah. Yeah, it says Matty Cash would be in the Poland squad, but he's injured apparently. I don't think he's injured at all, to be honest, Nick Nack. It just... apparently he fell out with the manager, didn't he? But yeah. Here is Bart Verbruggen. Cracking ball from Bednarek. Very much was Nick Nack. Love that you're just supporting all the Southampton players in this tournament, seemingly. Are there any others? Or at least ex-Southampton players. There will be a few. Ake. Goes down the line. Memphis Depay. There's a ball on there to Reinders. He doesn't go for it, but he does now spin his player. A lovely footwork from Depay as he carries it forward. Veerman, Xavi Simons. And Netherlands are making the pitch wide here. Simons strikes it. It's not on target, but it's not far away. Just didn't catch that how he would have wanted to, Xavi Simons. But yeah, just as Poland was starting to come into the game, Netherlands broke quickly. That was really nice from Depay. He spun the number 13, spun Szymanski as well. Simons just caught that all wrong, really. And it was fairly tame in the end. Bobbling past the post. Szczesny. Frankowski, Szymanski. These two linking up well down this right-hand side. They've not been dominated so far, I think, by Poland. But other than Netherlands, sorry, Poland haven't. You know, I thought they'd have more of a stranglehold in this game, the Dutch. Reinder's been booked there for a foul. He protests his innocence, but it has been given as much. Reinders, I think, saying it wasn't even him. I'm sure we'll see a replay. No, it was Veerman that put the tackle in. So I'm not sure why the referee's booked Reinders there. So Joey Veerman does now get a yellow card. I don't know if he has taken away the one for Tiani Reinders, but either way, it's Poland now with this free kick. They're trying some sort of routine. Szymanski tries to find Salomon. He's going to head it back in there. And that has come off of Schouten, so that will be a Poland corner. Poland seems to be growing into the game now. Yeah, I agree with you there, Nick Nack. Now this corner for Poland. Ball into the box. It's headed on. It's headed home. What a header from Buxa. Poland 1, Netherlands 0. And that has really upset the apple cart. Who needs Robert Lewandowski when you've got Buxa? He rises highest, heads home, and stuns the Netherlands. Poland 1, Netherlands 0. Buxa opens the scoring. Absolutely nobody saw that coming. Incredible stuff. It was a good ball in here. Buxa at the front post, nods it home. He just manages to get in between Dumfries and Van Dijk there, and neither of them are going to beat that absolute mountain in the air. Brilliant header from Adam Buxa. Poland 1, Netherlands 0. What a shock. And what I said, this could either be like the Scotland-Germany game where Scotland got completely destroyed by Germany, or it could be like Albania-Italy. Well, the early signs here are that it's going to be more like the latter. Poland fighting here. They've got their opening goal. Can they go on? Can they hold on to this? That's the big question now. They've got 73 minutes to try and do so. And a tournament where not many people expected much of them anyway. They qualified awfully. They came into this tournament with not a lot of belief. They don't even have Robert Lewandowski for this opening game. But they don't need him. Because Adam Buxa's here. And he's here to party. What a header. But yeah, and Harry literally said Poles will be happy with the first 15 before that corner went in. I think they'll be elated with the first 15 now. How tall is he, says Nick Nack. He does look quite big. Let's find the exact measurement. He is 191 centimetres. I'm not sure what that is in feet. But that's got to be what? 6'4"? Something like that? Absolute mountain. And well, you're just not going to beat him in the air. And he's found Poland's opening goal of the tournament. Incredible stuff. Verbruggen. Encourages Schouten in deeper, who reverses it to De Vrij. Now Dumfries. Schouten. Stefan De Vrij. Across to Nathan Ake. 6'3", smaller than Van Dijk. Fair enough, Nick Nack. He just got the positioning right. Van Dijk was behind him. I mean, he was somewhat unmarked. I know Van Dijk and Dumfries seemed to jump with him. The ref just got in the way there of Joey Veerman. And he makes his frustrations known to the referee. Dumfries. Simons. Things forced back here. Xavi Simons. Dumfries. Plays it inside to Veerman. Back down the line. Towards Dumfries. He'll try and get the ball in there. Comes off Zielinski. Out now for a corner. My prediction says Schauer. Well, I went 4-1 Netherlands, so opening Poland goal, that works for me. I could still get it right. I doubt it now, though. I thought they might pick up a consolation at some point. I didn't think they'd start. I didn't think they'd open the scoring. But they have. Ball in. And it's struck well by Van Dijk and saved even better by Wojciech Szczesny. And there's going to be a review here for something. I'm not sure what, but the referee's telling us to pause before they take this throw. It's saved by Szczesny. What is the issue here? No idea. Really well saved. Van Dijk struck that incredibly well. But yeah, they will now take the throw. Don't know what the stoppage was about. I assumed maybe it hit a Poland hand or something, but no. Yeah, it says my predictions have been rubbish so far. Super save Szczesny, did I spell his name right? Almost knick-knack. Not a bad attempt at all. Now here is Dumfries. Veerman. Reinders. Now Nathan Ake. Ake. Veerman. Head away by Salomon now. And while Poland, they grew into this game in the first 15 minutes. Now they look the more comfortable side, if anything. Incredible stuff. Poland haven't lost a game since September, says Harry. Fair enough. Here's Reinders, though. Xavi Simons brings that down. Wow, he's fouled. Dubai fires over. Wow. That is a big missed opportunity for the Netherlands. Simons cuts inside. He slipped, fell to Depay, and he's just rifled it over. That's got to go in for me. Depay has to keep that shot down. Repping his white and gold headband. You've got to keep level-headed in that sort of area. Here's Buxer, brings it down up against Van Dijk. Van Dijk commits a foul, and it will be pulled back. Van Dijk's frustrated, but that seemed like a foul to me. Don't really think he can have any complaints. And yeah, Sharia, you have spelt Szczesny's name right. I don't know, this is what the show is now. We just try and predict what Szczesny's name is spelt like. But yeah. 13 votes in the poll in chat. 54% thought Netherlands would win this game. Well, after 20 minutes, they're down a goal to nil at the hands of Poland. 38% think Poland will win. I think that might have been influenced by that early goal, and then 8% going for a draw. Bednarek. Flicked ball inside. Buxer tries to hold on to it, but can't. And now here come Netherlands. Dumfries. Plays it through. Simons to Depay. Chance for Netherlands. Depay, and it's saved wide. Or did Szczesny get a touch on that? He says he didn't. Looks like he might have, but we'll see. It was just taken too wide there, really, Depay. Someone's managed to get in the ball. And no contact from Szczesny. The thing, yeah, his shot there almost more of a cross. The angle was so difficult. Here is De Vrij. I misread your comment there, Nick Nack. The wrong use of come, and that as, yeah. Anyway, Van Dijk, De Vrij. Now Dumfries. Verbruggen. Van Dijk. They have Poland in a really strong position. We're almost 25 minutes into this game, and they haven't really looked like conceding. And they've already scored, so they're in a really good position here. And Netherlands, work to do. A lot of work to do. Yes, the measure of play has them in front, but they've not really created anything clear-cut. You know, they've had all the ball, but they've not really created anything decent, and they conceded a corner. Tiani Reinders bursting into the box now, looks to square it, huge interception. Should he go for goal himself there? Should he have gone for goal himself there? That's the big question. Zielinski got in there well to stop the ball across the Depay, but you've got to think he's got to shoot there. In on goal, tries to square it for what would have been an easy tap in for Depay. It gets blocked. Netherlands now with this corner. Depay, Veerman, ball in, it's headed away. Falls back to Veerman though, Unconvincing clearance from Szymanski. Tries to play a ball through, but it falls to Zalewski, and he's going to drive that forwards now for Poland. How far can Nikola Zalewski go? Well, he's almost at the penalty area now, and he tries to get a ball into the box, but there's nobody in there. Waste of a ball. A really good drive from him. Reinders. Carries it forwards. Now Gakpo. Comes inside with the ball. He's looked good today, Cody Gakpo. In the little flashes we've seen of him, but Poland, the team in front, Schouten. Xavi Simons sprays it wide. Dumfries back to Simons, who comes over to collect that pass. And Netherlands just lurking outside the area now. Can they find a way through? Reinders tries to come inside. He claims that's a foul. The referee hearing none of it. And that ball's going to go to Bart Verbruggen here. Harry says, Netherlands the most likely to be the biggest side to get knocked out. Might be early days, but there's always one. Poland playing to their own strengths really well. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, you'd expect that there's always going to be that big upset, isn't it? Even if it doesn't come to the round of 16 stage. But given the quality in the group, if they lose to Poland, that's a really difficult group stage to get out of then. Because while, France may lose to Austria, and then that changes everything. But you'd expect France to win tomorrow night. You'd expect France to beat Netherlands. Ball towards the back post. Dumfries heads it towards goal. Reinders, and that's blocked by Bednarek. The thing I would say, though, is that Netherlands have been the better team here on the merit of play. I know you're saying Poland are playing to their strengths, but unless they get a corner every game, Poland don't look like they're going to score any goals. Netherlands have been the better team here. They haven't created anything clear-cut yet. And that is, of course, a worry. It's not like they're missing chances. They're just not really creating them yet, which suggests more of a tactical issue than a personnel one. And considering you've got, such limited time and between games and during games to make tactical changes, it's not a good thing to have a tactical issue at a tournament. You need to have that now before the tournament. I think the issue for Netherlands is they came into this with so many options for tactics. They've muddled around so much in qualifying, and Koeman never settled on anything. Then when you lose your midfielders in Koop Miners and De Jong, you have no creative players in that midfield. And they're definitely feeling that. They've not got any ball carriers in there, so they can't get that ball forward. They've not got any creativity in there. Here comes Gakpo. Darts inside, and he strikes one, but it's wide. Well wide in the end. Chelsea fan, thank you for the praise, saying my commentary is better than the TV one. I appreciate that one, Chelsea fan. Nick Nack agreeing. Also saying that's not hard, so lessening the compliment, but thank you, Nick Nack. Shara says, all I don't want is Netherlands scoring 5 goals exactly to replicate 5-1. Why not, Shara? Nick says Poland could be this year's Greece. Maybe. I think that's a little early, but maybe. You never know. Tiani Reinders. Veerman. Schouten. Now Veerman tries to find Xavi Simons, but that's intercepted. And Nikola Zalewski is going to run this into his own corner. Poland happy in the position they're in now, and that's an interesting attempt to switch the play there from Zalewski. Drops now for Gakpo, and it's home. It takes a huge deflection, but it's in the back of the net, and that's all that matters. Poland 1, Netherlands 1. It was a bizarre decision from Nikola Zalewski to carry that ball into his own corner and then just smash it into the middle of the pitch. Ake picked up on it, gave it to Gakpo. It took a massive deflection off Bednarek from nothing Szczesny could do. It's in the back of the net. Poland 1, Netherlands 1. They are level. So let's pause for a moment on Poland winning the tournament, because Netherlands are back level now in this game. I always forget to do the goal thing as well when there's a goal. I just change the score. But yeah, Poland 1, Netherlands 1. Deflected and in, says Nick Nack indeed. Szczesny sent the wrong way. He tried to readjust his body, but not a lot he could do there. And well, it's a little fortuitous in how it comes about, but I don't think they'll care. All that matters is that it has gone in for Netherlands, and they are back level. Poland trying to come down that left-hand side. It's a poor pass. That's out for a Netherlands throw. Harry says, hopefully Koeman sends Van Dijk up front again, like he did a few years back, and bags a few, so my fantasy team gains a few points. Yeah, that would be great for you, of course. Here is Depay. Knocks it wide to Denzel Dumfries. And while the Dutch fans seem to have got their party atmosphere back after that goal, Depay tries to bring that forwards. It's a little messy in the midfield there, and I think that is a foul from Memphis Depay and a Poland free kick. So half an hour on the clock. We're back level in this game now. Really good stuff though from Poland to bring the fight to Netherlands, but ultimately Netherlands have been the better side here. Adam Buksa. Now Frankowski trying to carry that ball wide. Falls back to Bednarek. Urbanski brings it inside. Now Romanchuk. Sorry, Zielinski plays it wide. Zalewski. Can he make something happen? Puts the ball in there, headed away by Virgil van Dijk. Drops now, big chance. It's saved. Urbanski tries to keep it alive. Forces the ball back out wide there. Zalewski. Puts it in there. Buksa at the back post, and it's headed away by the Netherlands. And now they'll look to break. Cody Gakpo carrying it forwards. Still going Gakpo. That's a road chance for Romanchuk, but he seems to have won the ball. Brilliant stuff. It looked a little clumsy, but he did get the ball in the eyes of the referee. I'm sure he had a better vantage point than me, but it looked dubious on first call. Here's Zielinski. Just slowing the game down a bit. Urbanski. Zielinski. Urbanski again. And now Jakub Kiwior. Salomon. Jan Bednarek. Here's Frankowski, and he'll carry it down the line. And now he can play it into Urbanski. Is he going to get there? He does. He manages to touch it inside, but it's nothing convincing. Gakpo trying to hold off Frankowski, and now that is a foul. Frankowski a little aggressive, shoving him. So a Netherlands free kick. Seeing here, yeah, that was judged for perfection, much to Gakpo's frustration. And then, yeah, Verbruggen forced into a good save to deny Urbanski. The Netherlands, of course, dealt with the rebound. Veerman. Now Stefan de Vries, 65% of the ball for Netherlands. But again, you don't win a game of football by holding on to the ball. And the Netherlands just haven't created enough chances. They've had 9 shots, but only 3 on target. Most of their attempts have been wild efforts. I mean, even the one that went in wasn't a great effort. It just deflected home. They've got to get better at creating chances, Netherlands. Because while they might get away with it today, they won't get away with it against France. They might not even get away with it today. Because they aren't at the moment. They're just not creating many chances, and they're certainly not creating high quality chances. Buksa. Here is Zielinski. Now they're carrying that ball forwards, Netherlands. It's out wide with Szymanski. Tries to put it through the legs of the defender, Piotr Zielinski. Veerman clears it forwards. Touchdown by Zalewski. Now looking for an option. That's a bit of a poor pass from Szymanski, and that sees the attack break down. And now Netherlands will look to bring it the other way. Kiwior. Here is Urbanski. Here's Szymanski. Tries to play it back to Urbanski. It's picked up on though by Schouten, intercepted well. And that is the end of that Poland attack. Nice change of passes, though, almost resulting in a chance on goal. I think Poland haven't been completely out of this one. They've had moments, they've had chances. Denzel Dumfries throws it forwards. Depay. Him and Romanchuk in a little bit of a tussle there. Depay still on the deck. But Netherlands get the ball rolling. Ake. Here's Gakpo being hassled there by the number 19. Frankowski it is, sorry. And that is giving us a free kick. Did use his hands a little bit too much there, but Netherlands happy to take the free kick. Poland so far, what they've done well is battle Netherlands in the right sort of areas. What we see too often is that once these big teams will get forwards, that's when they start to put in those meaty challenges, that aggression. But doing it in Netherlands' half means they don't concede free kicks in good areas. And I like that from Poland. They're getting that sort of that game management aspect right. You know, they know where they can make those fouls. Okay. Gakpo. Reinders. Schouten. Ball goes wide. Tiani Reinders now. Schouten. Dumfries, ball in. Cleared by Solomon. Or Salomon. He's been crucial as well today. In fact, all of this Poland backline has. They've been really strong in the challenge. Really confident in the air. And well, without a deflected goal, they'd be 1-0 up in this game. Really good job from a team I didn't expect much from, if I'm honest. Sorry for any Polish fans out there, but coming into this tournament, I thought they would get spanked in that group. They're in a really tough group with France, Austria, and of course the Netherlands. And I thought the Poland team would really struggle, but they've proved me wrong today. They've fought hard, even without Robert Lewandowski. So Poland throw in now. Kiwior. Finds Buxa. Chests that down wonderfully. Now fighting away for the ball. De Vries comes away with it though. Harris has been very impressed with how Poland responded to conceding that as well. The thing is, it's because they didn't... The manner in which they conceded, I think, makes that difference. Because if you conceded after being under the cosh for ages and it finally goes in the back of the net, then I think you would... That's when you tend to drop that head. When you tend to go, well, they've finally found that breakthrough, now they're going to score another. But in this case, Poland weren't out of the game before it. They weren't getting dominated. Netherlands scored a goal that you could argue was against the run of the play at the time they scored it. And a goal that was very fortunate. It came in, it went in off a deflection. So I think that's why Poland are still happy with how they've played. They got that early goal. They've executed their game plan well. They've done really well. They've kept Netherlands relatively quiet. Frankowski tries to lift that in behind. It's dealt with just about. It's going to drop for Romanchuk. Urbanski. Frankowski. Back now with Jan Bednarek. Zielinski. Urbanski turns well. Looks for an option. Goes back inside to Romanchuk. Zielinski. Salomon. Tries to throw the ball wide there, but it's a bit of a poor pass in there from Szymanski. Got that all wrong. Schouten now. Trying to find Simons, but that is well swept up by Jan Bednarek. Veerman. Now to De Vrij. Schouten. De Vrij. Plays it back into Joey Veerman. Now Stefan De Vrij. Verbruggen. Puts the studs on the ball. Does there be technique? Okay. Tries to play it forwards. Now Gakpo. Holds that up really well. And now turns. He's going to drive forwards. They try and foul him in there, but he ends up giving the ball away himself. But it is pulled back for that earlier pull. Well, ref there, I think. Didn't allow Romanchuk to get away with it. Schouten. Here's Tiani Reinders. Wants to carry it forwards. Now goes wide to Dumfries. Back to Reinders. Or Reinders. Now it's with Schouten. Simons. Gakpo. Tries to put the ball in there. Blocked initially, but Gakpo still has it now. Frankowski laying into him with every opportunity he gets. Here's a very angry little man, Frankowski. Very aggressive little man. Reinders. Dumfries. Here's Schouten. Xavi Simons. Plays it to Ake in the box. Ake across. Gakpo pokes it over. That is a big miss. Just prodding that over the bar. Lovely football on this left-hand side. Ake passes it across. That should be 2-1 Netherlands. Glaring miss from Cody Gakpo. Koeman can't believe it. He's thinking if I was on there, I'm burying that. Unfortunately, Gakpo misses from an easy opportunity. Nick says they're missing a Seedorf Davids Cruyff figure. Guess De Jong is the closest they have to that. Well, De Jong would dictate the tempo a lot. Koopmeiners would be able to carry that ball forward. So if you're talking sort of a Clarence Seedorf role. I mean, obviously a Johan Cruyff would be wonderful. But I can't see them getting him anytime soon. You look at Gakpo and, you know, I know he scored, but it wasn't really his goal. He's just missed a sitter there. A world-class left winger. Or striker. If they had a Robin van Persie, that would be incredible as well. And Ruud van Nistelrooy. But I think that despite the fact Depay is their all-time top goal scorer, I don't think he's that good a striker. Which might sound quite controversial, but we are on the stroke of half-time now. De Vrij. Schouten. Veerman. Tries to play that ball in behind. Van Robben. Yeah. That would also be useful, Nick-Nack. Szymanski tries to spin Veerman there, but can't. And Depay tries to do the same to Salomon, but can't. And Poland come away with the ball, driving it forward. Zielinski waits for Frankowski. Back to Piotr Zielinski. Tries to play that through, but it's going to roll on to Bart Verbruggen. How old is Depay? Asked Harry. I would guess 34. He's 30. So younger than I thought. Fair enough. But yeah. It's crazy. He's the top goal scorer in Netherlands history. Men's team, of course. But, yeah. You consider all the greats I've had over the years. Your Van Nistelrooys, your Cruyffs, your Van Persies, yet on top of them all, Memphis Depay. Who's probably played in the worst generation out of all of those players. Van Basten as well, another one who's right up there. But yeah. I don't know what it is about Depay. I've just never really rated him as highly as other people do. I think he's a good footballer. Tiani Reinders strikes it, but it goes sailing over. I think he's another one where he just came through so early. Obviously, he didn't. That they do tend to fall off a bit earlier, but like the move to United didn't work out. Then he went to France, right? I want to say France, and did really well there. For a few years, ended up at Barcelona. We didn't really do anything. Now he's at Atleti, where he doesn't really do anything. I don't know, just a weird player, but he's always performed quite solidly for the Netherlands. Don't they play more games now? Yeah, that is why he is the top goal scorer. You think we've got the Nations League, we play so many friendlies, the Euros and World Cups are bigger and have more games. We've got a minute of additional time. There's not really much point in me putting it up there because we're already 45 seconds into it. But yeah, I think we will see more and more records like that get broken just because we play so many games now. Memphis Depay pokes it towards the far post and it just trickles wide. That should be 2-1 Netherlands. Again, another big chance. Just bobbling wide of the mark. Great ball from Ake. Brought down well by Depay, and that's got to go in. He's unlucky. He does well with that chance, I think. Just can't quite find the back of the net. And that is half-time here at the Volkspark Stadion in Hamburg. Poland 1, Netherlands 1 at the break. Good half of football. Poland started strong with that early headed goal from Adam Buxa. And then Cody Gakpo's deflected effort brought parity to the game. But yeah, Nick now saying very close to 2-1, off balance indeed. Close though. Depay, that effort just trickling past the post. But yeah, Buxa and Lewandowski in conversation there. Maybe that's why he's learning from the best there, Adam Buxa. He's become Robert Lewandowski. In his absence, filling that hole quite well, I think. I thought that without Lewandowski, they might struggle up there. But it hasn't come, that hasn't really been the case. Buxa's looked really good in the air. He got that goal, of course. Well taken header. So maybe they don't need Lewandowski. Bin him off. You got Buxa now, Adam Buxa. But yeah, 64% possession for Netherlands in that first half. Absolutely dominated the game in that regard. But then 13 shots to 4. Clearly they've been the better team, but only 3 on target to 2. And that's the thing. They have had shots, but they've not created many chances. Not created very high quality chances. For me, that's the big difference. But yeah. And then pass accuracy 81% to 90 odd. Netherlands have been the better team here, in my opinion, but they just haven't really created any chances. And the chances they have created haven't been great quality, if I'm honest. But they are level at least. In the second half, they could definitely up that performance level. They'll be hoping to appease the orange contingent in the crowd. 16 votes, by the way, in the Poland chat. 56% backing the Netherlands. 6% currently correct by going for a draw and 38% for Poland. But I think that first half was a lot more even than we expected. You look at the Netherlands team, and on paper, you'd expect them to really dominate today. But Poland, fair play to them, merit some praise because they've played really, really well. They've been defensively, regimented, disciplined. They've looked really physical, really aggressive. They've looked confident when they do come forwards. Players like Zielinski, players like Zaluski, players like Romanchuk, Frankowski, Szymanski. They're carrying that ball really well, breaking into the Netherlands half and then looking to create chances from there. But yeah, they've played really well. And when they have had chances to link up, they have done well. We've seen Szymanski and Urbanski. Those two have linked up quite well. They're playing off each other just behind the striker. We've seen Buxa get involved in that occasionally. That's working out at the moment for Poland. They have looked fairly decent in possession. And that's without, a real quality striker. Krzysztof Piątek on the bench. Robert Lewandowski on the bench. Arkadiusz Milik, I don't think that's at the tournament. I didn't see him on the bench there, but I didn't get much of a look. But yeah, they've definitely... I think we expect them to miss a striker much more than they did. They've definitely dealt with that better than we would have expected. yeah, they've had chances. This was the early one for Cody Gakpo, 2 minutes in. Inside the penalty area. Managed to get a low-driven effort towards that corner, but was saved well by Wojciech Szczesny. Now it says the Dutch have missed a lot of half chances, but nothing that easy. Well, exactly, they've not created anything that you'd think, oh, that's got to go in. Even the goal they scored, it was a very fortunate deflection. Not a wonderfully worked goal. So, yeah. I think it's interesting to see. But yeah, and then that Tiani Reinders effort, how different this game could have looked if that had gone in. But then up the other end, on 16 minutes, Zielinski had this corner. Wonderfully put in towards the head of Adam Book, so what a header. I mean, no surprise given his stature, but he headed that really, really well. Harry says impressive stuff from Poland. Problem is they need to match that again in the second 45. Yeah, exactly that. Netherlands, you'd think, will raise that standard. It's whether Poland can match them. No chance really for Bruggen from that. We saw Van Dijk go close with a volley. Szczesny did really well to get across and save it. Yeah, it says at least the deflected goal was on target. Very true. But it looked like a tame effort from Gakpo. He had a few of those today. Where if he gets a bit more behind the ball, good chance it goes in. But yeah. This was another chance which Depay lashed over the bar. Straight from a Poland goal kick. Netherlands switched it from back to front. Simons fell over. And it fell to Depay and he lashes it over the bar. Got to do better with that one, you feel. And they kept coming forwards. Here was Gakpo's. Which effort was this? Along he lifted it in Dumfries' header and then Reinders' header. None of them particularly good headers. But yeah, they've had chances, Netherlands. Just nothing incredibly clear cut. This was the goal. This is weird from Zielinski. I've no idea what he was trying to do in there. Clears it up in the air. Nathan Ake pounces on it. Then fell to Cody Gakpo. And that took a huge deflection off Bednarek. Went for the bottom left. Ended up going across goal towards the right. Unfortunate, really. As it now says, Chelsea's been pretty solid. Yeah, he would have had this quite comfortably, you'd think. If he hadn't taken such a heavy deflection. And yeah, here, right towards the end of the half, Urbanski's effort. Not bad at all. Sorry, Kyrgios's effort. Then it fell to Urbanski and they couldn't make anything of it, but not bad at all, that. Still a class goalkeeper. Oh yeah, Wojciech Szczesny's still good. Of course. Here is the chance as well for Gakpo. This should have been the one that put them ahead, really. Ake squared it. Gakpo was there and he prodded it over. Inexcusable, in my opinion, that. Got to go in. Huge missed opportunity from Cody Gakpo, but yeah. Really good stuff from Poland, to be fair, in that first half. Could have easily got steamrolled like many people expected. And right at the end of that half, the Depay chance that went trickling past the post. I think a lot of people expected that to go in. It looked like it might just bobble home, but unfortunately for Depay and Netherlands, it didn't quite. I said it's just one of those days, watching the highlights, it's just chance after chance. Well, the thing is for Netherlands, the chances haven't been very clear-cut, have they? They've had chances, but none of them have been particularly great, Nick. Even the goal they scored wasn't particularly great. The best chance was probably the one that Gakpo prodded over the bar. Not the one he put in the back of the net. So, I don't know. They've had chances, but they've not been incredible, if I'm honest. To be fair, when you watch it chopped up like this, it makes it look like they've had a lot more dominance than they have. They are now recycling chances, because BBC have run out of things to show us. And pundits to talk to. But they didn't have any of them for this game. But yeah. Good first half for both sides, really. And the fact it's level, I think Netherlands will be okay with that. It means they only need 1 goal in the second half. And suddenly then they win. But it wasn't a perfect start. It was difficult for the first sort of 20 minutes. I think Poland were the better team. But yeah, there was a bit of confusion there, wasn't there? I remember that. Reinders booked initially, but then he did give the yellow card to the right person. Joey Veerman. But yeah, I think that says well one did, to be fair. This is getting enough half chances and you expect one to go in. Well, one did, yeah. Very true. But that's the thing. Netherlands just haven't had many great chances. And Poland only needed 1. Other than that, they've not created anything. But they did have that 1 chance. And they took it. But yeah, it does feel now that unless Poland get another corner and head home another one, it's unlikely that they're going to get another goal in this game, in which case they're going to just have to hope Netherlands don't score. But that is easier said than done. Considering the quality for Netherlands, I think it's really difficult for Poland to try and hold on here. But yeah, not bad first half. In terms of second half, for Poland, it's just about trying to hold on. They'll rotate a little bit if they can get Lewandowski on. If he's fit enough, that would be helpful, I think. Not necessarily because you want to go and push for a goal or something. That obviously is going to help with that. But also you want him to be as fit as possible for when you've got Austria on Thursday, Friday, something like that. They'll want him to be ready to go in that game. So yeah. And then for Netherlands, well, they need to find another goal. Or another couple if they want to be convincing in this game. Their front three hasn't done a lot so far. Simons has shown potential, but ultimately nothing that went particularly close. Depay missed a lot of chances, but I can't see them hooking him early. Gakpo, he got a goal, but did he really? Huge deflection, and he missed some big ones, but yeah. Now it says, are you supporting any teams besides England or any teams you'd like to see do well? I do quite like Albania. Since 2016, I have quite liked Albania. I have got an Albania shirt, actually. I thought about wearing it last night, but I didn't want to put off any of the Italians that were watching. And other than that, obviously, I'm part Spanish. I've got a Spanish family, so if England don't win, I don't mind if Spain win. That'd be the team I want to win next after England. But no, not really. Not really, knick-knack. I would quite like to see Georgia do well, to be fair, just because it's their first tournament and there's a bit of a fairy tale aspect behind Georgia being here. It just doesn't feel like they should be, if you get what I mean. But because they're a very small nation, so it's an incredible achievement just to be here. If they could somehow get out of the groups, that would be incredible. But yeah, seeing that Gakpo goal again, it just take one hell of a deflection, didn't it? Harry's saying as well would want Georgia to do well. Fair enough. Yeah, I think that is the obvious one because they are such minnows. You just want to see them succeed. And Romania, they're great fun. Yeah. Yeah, that's the group I'm not really that bothered about. In terms of I could see anything happening in that group. Belgium, Slovakia, Romania, Ukraine, isn't it? I think it's just a bit of a vibey group. I couldn't really tell you who's going to be second in that group. I think it'll be Ukraine, but it could just as easily be Romania. Probably won't be Slovakia, but you never know. Always good to see the underdogs upset the odds. Yeah, it is. When Albania scored last night to open the scoring, I thought we were in for a cracker. I thought we might see a big upset, but we didn't. When Poland scored early on here, I thought maybe this is going to be the big upset, but it wasn't. But yeah, and if Georgia even get a goal, it's suddenly, that's a huge moment. Nina says Belgium should walk the group. They should, but you never know. You never know. Maybe they won't. Poland, they are readying a change here. One of the coaches talking to one of the players with an iPad. So that's an interesting decision. You'd have to imagine that's more fitness or injury based than a tactical decision because Poland played very well in that first half, and I can't see anyone that you would hook. But yeah. Net says unlucky not to get a draw in the end, weren't they? What, Albania? Yeah, there felt like there was a goal in the game right at the end of that game. But for Albania, it just never came, unfortunately. Rayman, I went close when they brought him on. I mean, that would have been an incredible moment. But yeah, Italy just didn't finish them off, really. They got quite lucky that Albania didn't find anything, didn't capitalise on that. But I guess we'll see. I don't think it bodes well for Italy playing Spain and Croatia. I think there would be, if I was an Italian fan, I would slightly worry about their ability to finish games off. And against bigger teams who will take their chances, that's got to be a big concern. Change in midfield it is for Poland. Number 8 will come on. I think that would be... I haven't got any yellow cards, so it must be injury-based. You'd have to think. That is Jakub Murder, of course, on for Szymanski. So, I mean, that Szymanski's been playing as well a 3 in midfield today. So where that sees why they've chosen to do that, I'm not sure. You'd have to assume it's injury-based, but Jakub Murder, a very capable player, will come on and do a shift now for Poland in that midfield 3. And yeah. 3-5-2. They've looked good in their shape, to be fair. And I think if you change Buksa and Abanski for Milik and Lewandowski, that suddenly looks incredible. So yeah, it's promising for Poland. It's very promising. They've done well. Done better than I think anyone expected, especially me. I was very I was very derogatory. Not derogatory. That sounds bad, but didn't expect much from them. And we're underway here in Hamburg for the second half. Poland going long. Sorry, Netherlands going long immediately. Dumfries tries to hold that ball up. It's won back though by Murder. And now Poland will try and come forward. So that is a poor pass from Kirill. Perhaps a little tired. But feeling a little, I don't know what the word is. Not warm. So the second half starts. Dumfries. And then that says Italy always tend to just do enough to get the job done. Yeah, they just didn't impress me, really. Just didn't impress me the other night. Nick now says, last night. Yeah, says, what injury does Lewandowski have? I'm not sure, to be honest. I want to say ankle, but I'm not sure. Ball towards the back post, Dumfries heads down. It's kept out just about by Szczesny. That's really good experience goalkeeping. Comes out of his goal, will push that ball away from oncoming traffic. Really good stuff there as Dumfries tried to head it across goal. Schouten. Simons. Schouten. Veerman. Now Reinders. Gakpo cuts inside. Poor pass. Schouten tries to ready a shot. Poland are trying to get it out now but can't. That's going to fall back to Tiani Reinders. This is, Harry saying big 45 indeed. Strong start from the Dutch, says Nick Nack. Here's Nathan Ake, ball in, and it's cleared away by Jakub Murder. But yeah, it has been a fairly strong start for the Netherlands. But yeah, great ball in from Gakpo. Headed down well by Dumfries. That's really good experience goalkeeping from Wojciech Szczesny. He knows what he needs to do there. Here is Memphis Depay. Gakpo. Those two linked up well at times. It's just been too limited. Ball into Simons. Tries to flick it but can't. Does then win it back off Salomon. Gakpo gets fouled. Finds Schouten. Here's Simons. Tries to shift that ball but can't. Simons again. Takes aim but it's blocked. Schouten. That comes off Buska. It drops now for Gakpo. Nice ball across. Tiani Reinders gears up for the shot but it's blocked. Now De Vrij. Van Dijk. Shoughton. Okay. Just Van is back in chat. That's what we love to see. Welcome back, mate. Here is Depay. Takes aim and it's wide. Out for a goal kick. I like the attempt, but far away from the target. So, a Poland goal kick. Just watching a replay of Simons do a nice flick as Poland bring that ball out. Szczesny. That is an awful pass. And out now for a Netherlands throw. They try and make it happen quickly. Depay getting away from Salomon. Holds onto it well, and Salomon pokes it out of play. Now it says Poland defending for their lives. Josephine says, I take it, how are you doing the Denmark game? Yes, in an hour and 30-something minutes time. It'll be our second game of the day. So yeah, do join Harry. Quarter-5 for Denmark, Slovenia. And then I'll be back. Both of us will be there, of course. But I will be back at 8 o'clock for England. That should be the big one. England versus Serbia. We'll both be here. Hopefully it's a good stream. Nick Nash says, I'm guessing the kid called Xavi had football mad parents who named him after the Spanish Xavi. Yeah, Xavi Simons, I'm guessing that is the case. Obviously, he came through the Barca Academy. I'm not sure if his name is Javier Simons and he just decided to be called Xavi because he came through at Barca. I'm not sure. Obviously, he came through at Barca, then went to PSG. Didn't really get much game time, so he was sold to PSV, who then sold him back to PSG for more money. And then he was loaned to Leipzig this season, of course. Now he's looking to leave PSG again. Don't know why he keeps going back. Out now for a Poland goal kick. And I don't know why Szczesny's not taking them, but it's Salomon. I'm gutted his name isn't Salmon. But it's as close as you're going to get. Unless Connor Salmon suddenly gets a call up. Ball forwards, headed down by De Vrij. Veerman. Nathan Ake now. Veerman. Plays it wide. Gakpo. Reinders. Cuts inside. Ball towards the back post. Dumfries falls over. Zalewski falls over him. And the ball goes under play. And they recover from a big heap they created of players in the box. So change is now readied for Poland. That is Lewandowski. And I didn't quite see the other one, but we'll find out who's coming on in a moment. Ready in the cavalry as they've been under the cosh a lot in this game. In the second half, Poland. Shoughton tries to play that ball through, but it's dealt with by Zalewski. Equally, they've dealt with everything. Again, Netherlands aren't creating anything. They've had all of the ball, all of the possession, all of the dominance. They've not created anything clear-cut. Murder and Simons running down the line there, and Murder just, his arm swings back and catches Xavi Simons there, who seems to be in a lot of pain. Seems to be his neck there, yeah, just that forearm to the neck, and that is going to knock the wind out if you're in it. And so, yeah, he is just going to require a little bit of treatment. Coleman there calling for the elbow, but the referee unsympathetic to those complaints. Yeah, as says, you can see why Poland are making changes. They need to change something. Yeah, they've not really got out of their own penalty area, have they? It's been all Netherlands. And while they're not creating anything clear-cut, this amount of pressure is going to result in something at some point, isn't it? In this second half, they've had 82% of the ball. 3 shots to Poland's none. But 82% is ridiculous. Poland have strung just 10 passes together in the second half. Barely got on the ball at all. Anyway. Now they've got the ball and now they can start to put some passes together. Salomon. Bednarek. Nick now says didn't look that bad. Actually looks worse when you see it again. Not even a yellow. Looked worse when you see it again. Harry's his lucky guy. Yeah, that easily could have been a yellow for Jakob Murder. Bit of a wild elbow. But yeah. Another Poland free kick in there as Van Dijk found Buxa. Now Poland coming forwards. Here is Urbanski. Can he deliver the ball? He can, but De Vries clears it away. You've got to go in the air when you've got Adam Buxa, surely. Romanchuk tries to head that down. It doesn't. Chest that down. Doesn't come off. And the ball's in for Cody Gakpo. Gakpo drives inside. Shifts it for Xavi Simons. Big opportunity. Fires wide. That was a big chance. Gakpo was in there. He had to slow down a bit because the ball just didn't come into his stride well. So yeah, Depay held it up well, was fouled. Ryan just placed the ball through. Gakpo was in. Had to slow it down. Came across. Gives it to Simons. And he's put off by Jakub Kiwior in front of him. And he just fires it wide. Big chance for the Netherlands. And now here come the changes. Urbanski will leave the field for Zviderski. And then Romanchuk with the other change. And on in his place is Sliz. Van Dijk's walking a tightrope, needs to be careful, says Nick Nack. Good break, but the pass needed much more pace. Yeah. Flo, welcome to the stream. Saying 2-1 for Netherlands. Is that your prediction? I would guess. Welcome to the stream though, Flo. And yeah, thanks to everyone for joining us this afternoon. Of course, remember, we are covering every single game of the Euros live. It's been a fantastic tournament so far. So thanks to everyone joining us now. But make sure to join us later. Both Slovenia, Denmark. That'll be Harry on that one. And then I'll be back with Harry for England, Serbia this evening. And then, yeah, of course, every game throughout the tournament. Here's Szczesny. Plays it out wide. Kiwior tries to head it down but can't. It's a Netherlands throw in now. It's either a prediction or something happens, says Nick Nack. Well, it's either a prediction or Flo comes from the future. Either or I'm interested. Murder. Sviderski. Dumfries. Simons. Here's Sviderski. Van Dijk. Okay. Van Dijk. De Vries. Now Van Dijk. Good start in the second half for Netherlands, says Harry. Yeah. Poland just haven't really been able to get out in this second 45. Lovely footwork from Memphis Depay. Vim and Ryan Zake exchanging passes. Now it's Gakpo. Depay. That's an interesting one there. Never tried to have a shot. It sort of deflected towards Szczesny, just cleared it away. Didn't need to make a save there. Zalewski bringing it forwards well. He carries it so well, Nicolas Zalewski, and he thinks he's been fouled there, and he has. In the eyes of the referee. One of the Poland subs has just injured himself as well. But yeah, Zalewski got grabbed by Dumfries and kneed in the back of the head in the aftermath. So, Poland looking at how they can make the best of this. They've got height in there. We've already seen Buxa score from one set piece. Can he score from another? They've also got players like Salomon who they could aim for as well. Zielinski whips it in. It's headed away. Headed up in the air. Van Dijk nods it down. So they'll try and fashion us back into an opportunity. Nikola Zalewski drills it wide. Zielinski. Now Zalewski. Ball in. Falls to the back post. It's struck. It's saved. Buxa tries to keep it alive. Lovely turn from Zielinski. Gets a shot on target. Saved incredibly well. Or saved comfortably in the end by Verbruggen. But yeah, Poland starting to come forward with a bit more belief. It was Kirill's volley. Ake took the sting out of it when it was just about saved by the goalkeeper Verbruggen. Harris says, rate for Zielinski very high. Leaning saying this is what Poland need. An outlet. Does really want to dig that cross. Poland rallying. Yeah, Chesterman says all been Netherlands so far. It has been until now. That is an incredible tackle from Salomon. And now here come Poland. Jakob Murder. Tries to put that ball in behind. It's blocked by Van Dijk. Dumfries. Sends it forward. This game's been incredibly end-to-end. Headed home by Bednarek, and Szczesny will just slow this down now. Kirill. Now Zielinski. Zielinski to Zielinski. Can he pick out a teammate? His cross is blocked there, but that will be a corner for Poland. Yeah, Xavi Simons putting himself in front of Zielinski's cross there. But they've not made life easy for the Netherlands here, Poland. They're fighting back now. And this end-to-end game, while it's going to suit Netherlands because it means that they're going to have chances where, they can hit on the break, it's also going to suit Poland if they score. If they get that goal, it's helpful in that regard. Because that end-to-end is risky. It might leave them a bit open on the counter, but it increases the chance they're going to score. Here's Zielinski. Carries the ball forwards. Zielinski. Murder. Plays that ball in behind. Adam Buxa. Blocked by Ake as he comes across well. Ball in. Headed away by Van Dijk. Murder. Plays that ball through now. Towards the back post. Nikola Zielinski. And he fires over. Nick says, Ake doing Ake things. Brilliant defending indeed. Half an hour to go. But yeah, seeing that Kirill strike again. The sting taken out of it by Ake. Really good stuff. And now a double change. That's Doniel Marlin and Jorginho Wijnaldum. So that will be the end of the day for Joey Veerman and for Xavi Simons as they try and make a double change here for Netherlands to try and find a goal. So Wijnaldum on in midfield. And then Marlon will go out wide for Simons. It's not been the sort of start to this tournament that Xavi Simons would have wanted. He'd have wanted to make a bit more of an impact, really. Failed to do so in this game. And Poland now are half an hour away from claiming a point, or perhaps even more, as they win the ball high at the field. Zielinski. Lewandowski puts it in there. Oh, that just falls not right for Jakob Murder. He can't adjust his feet in time. And then it's dealt with by Netherlands, but Poland still have the ball high up the pitch here. Zielinski. Here is Jakob Murder. Zielinski. Yeah, it says, surprise Simons is coming off. He's been full of energy. Harry says expecting more from Simons. Yeah, that's the thing. I think while he has had, he has been lively, he's not really as much as we would have expected from him. And then, I mean, personally, I'd have taken Gakpo off. But I imagine because he's scored, he's managed to stay on there. But yeah, he was pretty poor. Bar that deflected goal, he's not done a lot. So, yeah, don't really get that decision. 18 votes in the Poland chat. 61% saying Netherlands will go on to win now. 33% think Poland will manage to win. And 6% think this game will end a draw. Reinders. Now Dumfries. De Vrij. Here is Virgil van Dijk. Now Joey Veerman. Nathan Ake. Gakpo. Reinders. Marlon. Trying to draw a foul, it seems, on the edge of the box there. Dumfries strikes across goal. Just wide. That seemed to be between a cross and a shot there. He put it in a really good area where it might have just nestled into that far side netting. Might have just been poked in. Neither happened, as it just went past the post. Marlon almost got fouled here on the edge of the box there. Fell to Dumfries. And that's not a bad effort at all. Almost placing it in that far netting. Van Dijk. Dumfries. Yeah, it says it's the toughest group when you look at all four teams. I'd still argue not, to be honest, Nick-Nack. I still think that Spain, Croatia, Italy and Albania are stronger, because I know obviously I get what you're saying, because Poland in theory is stronger than Albania. But I would actually argue that that is much closer than you'd think. I think that if you saw Albania, they were in Poland's group in qualifying and they played better than them in all of those games. And this Poland side, yeah, they got that goal, but other than that, they've been really good defensively. But they easily could have lost this game by a few goals. Netherlands have had chances, they've just not taken them. So I would still argue that Spain, Italy, Croatia, just because those three sides are so strong, that makes it, a tougher group. I think this could be a closer group, just because Netherlands aren't playing as well as anyone would expect. And Poland are playing above expectations. Whereas you would imagine that, but my argument would be that Spain, Italy, Croatia, that could finish in any order, really. Like, Spain play Italy next, right? So if Italy win that and Croatia beat Albania, or whatever happens in that game, suddenly it looks really tight. No, sorry. If it's a draw in the what's it called? If it's a draw between Spain and Italy and then Croatia win, suddenly there's a point between them, and it looks really tight going into that final game week. Harry says after this result, the group gets difficult for the Dutch. Nick says Albania won the group, didn't they? Yeah, ahead of Czechia, as Harry says. Nick Chessman says who gets the next goal wins the game. I think. Yeah, with such little time left, I mean, I think if it depends. If Poland score now, there's still time, I think, for Netherlands to level it up, and I think they might. I think they would. But yeah. Yeah, it says either team needs to beat Austria or France if this ends in a draw. Not an easy task. I'd argue Austria is a very winnable game, though. I don't really see where the goals come from for Austria. Maybe Marcel Sabitzer, but if he's the player you're relying on for goals in a major international tournament, I think you've got a problem there. They're not a bad team, Austria, but I don't think they're that strong. Lewandowski tries to do too much there, and it's won back by De Vrij. Even with how sloppy Netherlands have looked today, I think France could stick a few past them, and then suddenly they're under huge pressure. This ends a draw now. They're in a tough spot, Netherlands. But yeah, equally knick-knack. If this does end a draw, I think France are probably going to take 9 points in this group. So let's just forget those games. If this does end a draw, then going into the midweek, where Poland play Austria, it would be Netherlands and Poland on 1, Austria on none. And so if that was a draw, then suddenly the group looks, I mean, one, it terrible. Everyone just keeps drawing. And France is absolutely pissing it. But yeah, you never know what happens as well. France could lose later to Austria. Tomorrow. Oh, sorry, tomorrow evening. Could lose to Austria. You just never know. Here's Schouten plays it across, and that just escapes Depay's touch. And he gets that all wrong, and it goes over the bar. Not really sure how he manages that. That seemed to just break the laws of physics. Oh yeah, so his touch took it to Salomon, who then cleared it into Depay. Yeah, so the draw doesn't help either team much. Hard to the strength for teams until we've seen them all play. But yeah, and we won't know how good Austria are until we've seen them play someone other than France, in theory. So it's very difficult to judge quality, I think. In a tournament where you've got so little games, I don't think you can judge until after the group stage. Really. Maybe after 2 games if they've won them both and they're against, depending on opposition. Like, obviously Spain beat Croatia in emphatic fashion. If they go and beat Italy in the week, I think then you could make a fair assessment they're going to be right at the sharp end. But, like, take Austria. If they play France, obviously tomorrow night. They could get battered 4-0, but they could still get out of the groups quite feasibly. Marlon comes inside. Simons, Dumfries. That's saved well by Szczesny. Poland has become a bit more backs against the walls. That looks like a foul from Depay, and it's given us much of the frustration of Netherlands. Now it says no guarantee France will win all 3, but they probably will. It feels that way though, doesn't it? Feels like a practical guarantee. They are just so strong. And if Netherlands play like this, I don't see Austria or Poland going anywhere near France, so I think they we'll win all 3. Now it says Croatia looked okay second half though, and missed a massive chance at 2-0. I don't know. I don't think they were very good in that game at all. Yeah, they had chances, but Spain second half just sort of switched off a bit because they were already 3-0 up. So like a dangerous team. Maybe so, Nick. I guess we'll see. If they beat Albania and Spain beat Italy, then it's all going to come down to Italy, Croatia. And then suddenly we've got a very exciting game in our hands to finish the group. That could end a draw and they both get through. Lovely. But I think it's going to be... I think it's interesting. I'm not sure on Croatia yet. Need to see that Albania game. I mean, they could lose that. If Albania beat Croatia and Italy beat Spain, then suddenly Albania-Spain looks like a great game. Ball bounced around the box for the Netherlands. Poland just about to deal with it. Is Nathan Ake. Gakpo. Okay. Reinders. Header away. Here's Dumfries. Daniel Marlon now. Van Dijk. Here's Stefan de Vrij. Dumfries. De Vrij. Now Van Dijk. He's being hounded here by Buska. Yeah, so I expect all 3 to qualify. Yeah, probably. It could be the type of group where they all take points of each other, and you end up with 6-6-6 at the top of Group B. But it depends on points, doesn't it? Because if Croatia beat Albania but lose the other 2, 3 points might not be enough to see them through. 4 points usually is. There's only one example in all of men's football where that's happened. It was in the World Cup in like the 80s, I think. So 4 points is usually enough. But 3 would leave them in a spot of bother potentially. Also depending on the other group. And just found Nick Nack is right. 4 third place teams do go through. Because obviously we only have 24 teams and we have to get to 16. And the numbers just don't work, and that's a close one from Netherlands, but header from De Vrij just going over the bar. Oh, wow, that was close. The Netherlands, huffing and puffing, they just can't believe they've not found another goal yet. Because they know if they don't find a goal, they're in a spot above her. They also know the longer they don't score, the better the chance Poland nick something. And then they're in a real difficult position. Poland throw. Because that's the thing, if Poland win here, they just need a draw against Austria in the week and they're through. Whether that's third or second, they're through. Especially if France beat Netherlands. The Netherlands couldn't catch them. Neither could Austria. So they would actually be through. Zielinski, lovely switch to the play to Zalewski. Has Murder making the run beyond. Goes to Jakob Murder. Ball into the box. Dealt with just about by the Netherlands. Dumfries heads forwards. Then runs into Zalewski. Ref says just get up and get on with it. Murder. Ball in. Buxer can't get there. Really good goalkeeping from Verbruggen to come and claim that. De Vrij. Dumfries. Now De Vrij. Reinders. Now here is Van Dijk. Ake. Yeah, I said Lewandowski could have made the difference if he'd been fit. Yeah. Yeah, definitely could have. I mean, he could still come on and make the difference. It's unlikely how they will have him on, but you never know. Schouten. Van Dijk. Nathan Ake. Here is Virgil van Dijk. So putting the pressure on. Now Verbruggen. Just lifts it wide. Ake. Netherlands comfortable in possession now. Stefan de Vrij. Marlem. Love seeing Netherlands switch from right to left. And left to right. Just moving that ball around. Looking for an opening. Schouten. Now De Vrij. And another change being ready for Poland. Looks like number 6. And ball down the line from the Netherlands will be seen off the field by Zalewski. So another change coming for Poland. Piotrowski on for Zielinski. This looks like they're going very defensive then. Piotr Zielinski coming off. And Piotrowski, who is usually, well, he is a midfielder to be fair, but he's more of a defensive midfielder than Zielinski. So they are going defensive now. I mean, they're already quite defensive in a 3-5-2, but they are going even more defensive now. Replacing Zielinski with what's a bit more of a natural defensive midfielder. Rather than a playmaker who's been moved there. But yeah. Salomon. Poland going to try and bring the ball forwards now, looking for a late goal. Yeah, starting to fill with orange. As the Dutch fans, they're not celebrating anything just yet, but they may be trying to convince their players to keep pushing. Here's Jakub Kiwior with a throw. Goes down the line. Buxa getting manhandled by Dumfries. That's really smart. And he falls over the ball. And then kicks it into Dumfries. I think he's won a corner there. Love that from Adam Buxa. Just clumsy, but it works. Such a rigid footballer. And our opponent, no rush to take this. So in the meantime, Netherlands bringing on the cavalry. Already in the cavalry, I don't think they're bringing him on just yet. That is Jeremy Frimpong and Wout Weghorst. So they're going for it. Just one says, I have to go. See you next time, Jack. See you, Chelsea fan. Remember, we are live in... Well, Harry will be live for Slovenia, Denmark in about an hour's time. I'll be live... Well, we'll both be there for England, Serbia this evening, so make sure to join us. Ball in now from Lewandowski. And it's headed away by Netherlands. I thought Poland might find a second-headed goal. Pardon me, Kiwior. Ball now whipped in. There it's on the goalkeeper for Bruggen, and pressure from Bednarek isn't enough to see him make an error. He throws it out to Ake. Now Schouten. Netherlands have 10 minutes left, but that time is ticking down. Doniel Marden. You would imagine that either Gakpo or Depay will make way for Weghorst. You'd imagine Dumfries will be off for Jeremy Frimpong. And well, we'll find out now. That is Cody Gakpo off for Frimpong. A reminder, of course, of his goal. Usually deflected, but he will take that. Absolutely take that. And Memphis Depay, the other player, hooked. So presumably they will go with Frimpong on the wing. Or at wing back. Not sure. He's come onto this right wing. Marlon has gone to left wing. And then Weghorst obviously through the middle. They've got someone to aim for now with crosses. And they've got two wing backs on this right hand side really who can cross it in. Frimpong, Dumfries, Wijnaldum, Frimpong. Looking to take on Zalewski now. But he's just not quick enough to get there. Zalewski dealt with him really, really well. He's had a great game, Nikola Zalewski. But yeah. I think it's an interesting thing that when you're chasing a goal right at the end of a game, Memphis Depay gets hooked. You wouldn't see that with many national sides where they hook their best striker to try and find a goal late on. Unless I had a particularly poor game, but yeah, he's not played well today. Reinders. Ball in behind. Here's Frimpong. Fantastic goalkeeping. Brilliant goalkeeping from Wojciech Szczesny. He reads that he reads that Kiwior's going to miss that ball and rushes out to that quickly. If not, Frimpong had a great chance there to find a winner for Netherlands. You think at this stage any goal would be decisive? There goes like the Dutch Chris Wood. That is a fantastic comparison, Nick Nack. That should be his new Wikipedia bio. Just a Dutch Chris Wood. Schouten. Here is De Vrij. Reinders. Ake. Carrying it forwards. Finds Weghorst and it's there! Poland 1, Netherlands 2. He came up huge in the World Cup against Argentina. He comes up huge now. Wout Weghorst scores important goals for Netherlands. Poland 1, Netherlands 2. And the Dutch fans in jubilation there as Wout Weghorst finds a winner. And that can make all the difference for their group. Szczesny frustrated. They just didn't keep going to the end there, really. They've been so good, Poland. But eventually, something had to give. Great ball in from Ake. And a good finish from Wout Weghorst. It took a little deflection in there as well. Weghorst reacted quickly. Powered it past Szczesny. Poland 1, Netherlands 2. And yes, Nick Nack. Wow, indeed. What a moment. Big, big goal from Wout Weghorst. And well, for Poland, that has to be heartbreaking. They fought so hard in this game, and ultimately, it looks like it will matter for nothing. Szczesny trying to get his team back up for this again. There's still 6 minutes. There's still time for a goal. But you feel now the wind is out of their sails. I guess we'll see. There's time in this game, you think, for Poland to try and do something. But what a difference that could make for the group. Salomon down on the deck here. But he does now get back up to his feet. Poland have got to go for it now. Weghorst still absolutely loving that massive goal he scored. But yeah. It just all came in there from Salomon. Unable to get in front of Weghorst there. At the end. Poland will come forwards now. That's an ambitious forwards ball. It'll be chased down by Kirill. Dumfries sends it up the line. It's out of play. Poland now with a throw. Lewandowski. It's got to happen quickly for Poland. There's a substitution here. Salomon off. And that is... I can't tell who's come on. As it says, kitchen sink time now. They're going long with this throw-in. Yeah, it says third game in a row that Weghorst has scored. Wow. And Netherlands making a change, but they're going to take their time about this. Nathan Ake will be the player hooked. It's Berezzinski on for Poland, try and make the difference, try and find a goal. So yeah, Mickey van der Ven coming on for Nathan Ake. Bring on some defensive reinforcement there. With a big tall defender. Lewandowski. And that's just a ball in there and able to be flicked on by Buska. And you fear now that is it for Poland. With a few minutes on the clock. The sea of orange starts to bounce now. They feel this game has won. Marlon plays that in behind. Frimpong gets a touch on it. Can he keep it going now? Frimpong just still fighting for it. Brought down by Kirill. Not seen as a foul. Lewandowski fights for it. Now here's Dumfries. Weghorst towards Frimpong, who nudges Kirill out the way. There is an earlier foul in there. It is Is that Veghorst, I think, who got caught? Yeah, and that will be a Netherlands free kick. Yeah, Zalewski just nudging into him for no real reason. Frustration setting in, you think. Lewandowski looks frustrated on the bench. They're taking their time out this one. Schouten goes back now to De Vrij. Verbruggen. Sends it long. Header away. Now it's with Zielinski. Not Zielinski, sorry, he's off. Swiderski. Zalewski. Breaking into the box. Chance. Saved. Oh my God. So close for Poland. Brilliant drive in there. It was the number 6 that came on, who managed to shift it to Swiderski. And his shot saved incredibly well by Bart Verbruggen. Wow. Piotrowski drove that ball forward so well. And he can't believe they've not found an equaliser. And neither can that Poland fan there with his red and white hair. He was panting like a dog throughout it all. Dumfries. That is 5 minutes of additional time, I think that says. Let's only put plus 45. Yeah, 5 minutes of additional time. There is still time for Poland here. There is still time. You never know. Veghorst. Can't quite get there. Zalewski. Yeah, it says 5 minutes seems quite generous. Yeah, it does, to be fair. They really want to see a Poland equaliser. Piotrowski. Carries it well. Frankowski now. It's blocked. Piotrowski's going to keep going with it as it falls to him. Van Dijk forcing him into the corner. And he's committed a foul there. Piotrowski, that will be a Netherlands free kick. 4 minutes to go. Is a goal coming? That's the big thing we all want to see. Not long left now, though, if Poland are going to find something. For Verbruggen. Headed up by Bednarek. Now headed down as Poland try and get it on the deck. Try and play some football. Swiderski. Big challenge from Reinders. Swiderski wins it back, though. Pokes it to Frankowski, who finds Piotrowski. De Vrij forced him wide, and his cross, his attempt to cross doesn't really come to anything. Veghorst gives it away, though. Big chance, big save from Verbruggen. Love the attempt. You've got to go for it from that sort of range. Verbruggen, though, catches it well. It wasn't an awful strike either from Jakob Murder. And Verbruggen will sit on the deck all evening if he has to. His clearance is not great. His long ball hasn't really come off. Jakob Murder gives it away though to Wijnaldum as he chests it down. He didn't see Wijnaldum coming over his shoulder. Ball long from Netherlands, scooped up by Szczesny. 2.5 minutes to play. Is there a goal on the horizon? There are better options than a long distance shot. Yeah, that's probably fair. Knick-knack. But at that point, you've got to try it, haven't you? They've still got 2 minutes. Murder. Van der Ven heads that out of play. Poland throw in now. And it's crossed in. Blocked by Van der Ven. Smashed forwards by Marlon. Szczesny will rush out to sweep it up. Poland have got to move quickly. They've got to have a bit of anticipation about them. Urgency. But Snevens win it back. Schouten. Wijnaldum. It's blocked. Falls back to Wijnaldum. Under pressure. And Buxer gets a touch. He's not able to keep that one in though. Lewandowski running that goal kick to Verbruggen there. A minute to go. Piontek and Lewandowski watch on hopelessly. Helpless. Ball forward from Verbruggen. That could be that, as Nick Nack says. Murder fights for it. Weghorst goes down, keeps it alive. Dumfries down the line. Here's Zalewski. Pokes it past Dumfries. Goes down. Ref thinks it's a dive. Which I don't think there's enough in it to see him go down like that. Weghorst holds on to the ball. Murder. Zalewski. Weghorst, that's out, gone off, and that will be a Poland throw. Now Szczesny. Buska. Zalewski takes aim. Oh my God. That would have been goal of the tournament had that gone in, but Verbruggen just about got there. He struck that so sweetly. But Verbruggen had time to get over to it and push it away. And that is full time here in Hamburg. Poland 1, Netherlands 2. A hard fought battle, but it is the Dutch that come out on top. You've got to give credit there to Poland. They did really put up a scrap today. But it wasn't to be. It does bode well for the rest of the tournament. It does give them a bit of hope, but wow, a point there would have made a huge difference for their chances of progressing. But yeah, very entertaining game, as you say, Nick Nack. Huge goal at the end there from Wout Weghorst. And that means Netherlands claim a very nice 3 points to start their group stage. Realistically now, they just need a draw in one of the other two games to see themselves through. So yeah. Anyway, we are back in about 45 minutes time, about 50 minutes time. Harry will be covering it, Slovenia versus Denmark, so do join in for that. And then, of course, I'll be back. We'll both be on for England, Serbia tonight. We're streaming every game of the Euros. Make sure to watch all of it. But that is everything from me now. I'll be back in a few hours. Harry back soon. So thank you guys very, very much for watching, and we will see you very, very soon.